Number 1. I first want to tell you some background info before I get into the initial story. My 2 younger brothers, my dad and myself, had a favorite spot to camp in the bush of Australia. We have camped there many times before.
I recently received an email from the girlfriend of a guy called Jamie who lives in the UK. He has a lot of serious health issues and we're trying to raise money to get him an experimental treatment that could literally save his life. He has type 1 diabetes and complications from that are progressive. Like the doctors say, there are little less than 40 years. You can find out more about his condition on the fundraiser page in the link in the description. I tried to stare out the light of the car, but I hit it and panicked. I got off my bike and walked to the back of the car. They both wore great tattoos, orange and yellow stains all over them. One of them explained that they thought there was a terrorist attack and someone hit their car, not out the car. I picked up my bike and thought I could get away. I rode halfway down the long street. I was really weak, already regretting my decision, when the car caught up with me. They tried to drive the car alongside me, so I had to drive over halfway down. One of them shouted, "We're gonna get you, please," and he got out of the car. I tried to apologize as much as I could, and explained that it was the first time I had what to do. He grabbed my arm and I started saying anything that would stop him. That I would face the damage. That I would reach to open the car door. The guy and pulled me to the door. I glanced over and tried to shower and asked what they were doing. They both looked at each other and let go of my arm. Got back into the car and drove away. But in my shocked state, I simply picked up my bike and rode back. I don't know what has happened to those men since I was what that was it's safe to say that I don't ever want to ride a bike again.
This is great context. I'm a 22-year-old female and the plot of the race of my basic belief system is that there's something greater than this that our mind just constantly comprehend. It's meant to keep you well, that's it, and it does exist. There are things that are beyond our control that are sometimes malevolent. Now, demons is a really right now. It's not they are very evil. So basically, I think that every religion in the world has a piece to the puzzle, but they don't get I agreed, and without much hesitation, that's where my story begins. The victim of this was a 7-year-old boy. For his own privacy, I'll just call him Danny. Danny's been acting very strange for the past few months. His parents had taken him to numerous doctors, psychologists, specialists, etc. But they were never able to diagnose anything wrong with him. His mum Sarah was a nurse and the family wasn't particularly religious, but Sarah's parents were convinced that they had to take Danny to the Baptist church and they needed to see the pastor. Though the pastor knew that something was horribly wrong with this kid, but he didn't have the necessary
I love screwing with people. Whether it's putting in lists times, or switching I'm just a dick. Praise that person. But I'm not. Why? As though never meant to electronically teabag you and for some top-tier troll. With this in mind, I'm your Southwest Number 10, Left 4 Dead's AI director. Valve's former zombie benchmark, which all other undead not running off. Illustrating everything behind the scenes is a concept known as the AI director, who in this case but most of it feels like the director just wants you to you can go so does that in a single video game. Science will shatter memories psychologically weak. Now there's a war. It gets to know who you really are and they Batman Arkham Asylum crashes your computer. Superhero simulator Batman Arkham Asylum is just about the greatest comic book game ever made. But even old Bats and the player controlling him isn't immune from a little mind-melting. It apparently comes out of nowhere. One moment you're dark knighting about when suddenly the screen flickers and blurs and pixelated blocks coat the screen. From there the game will restart, only now you're playing as the Joker, hustling the Cape Crusader into the asylum where, to be honest, he really belongs. Thankfully, Rocksteady added a little clue that this was supposed to happen. As an on-screen hint reads, use the middle stick to dodge Joker's gunfire. The middle stick that doesn't exist, you mean? Well played, developers. Number 3. Shenmue 2 wants you to fail QTEs. In Shenmue and its sequel, QTEs are a mainstay mechanic, typically when chasing down enemies or beating them up. So over time, it primes players to act fast. It happens so often, in fact, that you'll probably end up just hitting the corresponding button without even thinking about it. However, that all changes in Shenmue 2 when you visit a mysterious barber who can aid you in your quest. Stay calm, he says, drawing a cutthroat razor. Then the familiar frantic beeping sounds, so you do what you've done hundreds of times before. You press A as quickly as you can. Listen to the barber and ignore every instinct you have to, I don't know, play the game in the same way you've been doing for countless hours before. Dead Space 3 was, let's just say, very different from the first two titles, but it did have
So here are 6 terrible games whose plots had a spark.
In 2010, Obsidian released 2 games. The first was acclaimed and beloved Fallout New Vegas. The second was the ambitious Alpha Protocol, a sprawling, unpolished product whose interesting plot arms dealers, which is fun. Players like multiple dialogue options and modern package organization known as the Alpha Protocol Agency only goes and manages to find himself way over his head on the mission to his leader, managing to avoid catching a nasty case of death and escaping the Middle Eastern stronghold. Gordon discovers a plan to resurrect the Cold War. And so with Silver Tongue, Triggerfinger Gordon begins his descent into a world of crime, drugs, death, love and lust. The greatest things. It may sound very Tom Clancy in a really between certain kind of way, but it's actually a well-placed narrative that follows the similar approach to storytelling as Dragon Age Origins. The character development is also different past the character There are blocking as well. Plus the characters all move as if they have a broom handle shoved up their jack-scenting eye. But if you can look past the jack, you'll find the spice story swarming up with the rival bombs.
As with all the games on this list, Dead Island sounded great on paper. You're trapped to the holiday resort surrounded by all of the undead.
Some of them are fast, some of them are slow, some of them are heavy, some of them are really fat.
Wait around too long enemies spawned. Expect to be interesting stuff, things from beginning to end. Game starts with the players currently waking up with a hangover and exploring the island hotel following the outbreak. After assuming they just blacked out during the world's greatest party, they stuck around the hotel until they could have got their meeting. I'm not talking about a 4,000. From there, things go from bad to oh so much worse.
I was going to say, seeing as you said, oh so much worse. I'm
so
really,
much worse.
really feeling how worse it was.
Oh, so much worse.
The story then goes on to tell a gripping tale of multiple groups of survivors on a tropical paradise turned sour. It dabbles with situations similar to Lord of the Flies and 28 Days Later, with the game doing a great job of really pushing the real fear that people would experience if they had to go up against the Walking Dead.
On an island resort.
With nothing to arm you but a broken paddle.
Oh, the stuff used to